6th Standard, Term 1, Unit 2, Human Evolution. Tamilini, a school student of class 6, visited a science center accompanied by her grandmother. There they saw a time machine. The operator of the time machine explained the working of the machine. Operator: if you press different buttons in the machine, it would take you to the chosen period of time. Why don't you enjoy the experience of watching different periods of time using this machine? After listening to the operator, both Tamilini and her grandmother were excited and decided to have the experience of the time machine. Tamilini: can we go forward and see how 2200 AD would be, Grandma? Grandma: what is so interesting about our future in 2200 AD, Tamar? Let's go backward and see how our past was like. Tamalini: you sound right, Grandma. Grandma pushed the button to 1950 AD. They saw mostly people walking, a few riding bicycles and buses, appearing rarely on the roads. Slowly, they moved back to 1850. There were no buses or cycles. Carts pulled by mules and bullocks were seen on the roads. Horse drawn cart was a rare occurrence. Tamilini then turned the button to 8,000 years back. People were engaged in raising crops and livestock. She pushed the button to get a picture of life 18,000 years ago. She saw the humans living in caves. They were using tools made of stones and bones for hunting. Tamilini was frightened by the hunting scene and pushed the button forward to return to the present. Grandma, are you afraid, Tamil? Grandma urged Tamilini to go further backward to see the ancient human who lived with the apes. But Tamilini was not inclined, so both of them left the spot. Tamilini: Grandma, will you tell me the story of evolution of humans? Grandma: yes, certainly. Grandma: anthropologists have unearthed the footprints of humans in a country called Tanzania, which is in eastern Africa. They were found in rock beds submerged under the sand. Radiocarbon dating was used to ascertain the period. It was found out that the footprints of humans they had discovered were about 3.5 million years old. When there is sudden change in nature, the living beings adapt themselves to the change and survive. Humans have thus evolved over millions of years, adapting themselves to the changing times. Tamilini: Grandma, will you explain it in detail? Grandma: human evolution means the process through which the humankind changes and develops towards an advanced stage of life. See how the modern human has evolved. Humans in erect position and walking on two legs happened much later. Changes in thumb so that they can hold things tightly. Development of brain. Homo sapiens, who migrated out of eastern Africa, settled in different parts of the world. Their lifestyle also evolved and they made it suitable to the environs in which they lived. So, humans in different places adopted different forms of lifestyle. Based on the weather, climate, and nature of the living place, their physique and complexion also differed. This resulted in formation of different races. Human procreation resulted in an increase in the population. Tamilini: Grandma, it's fantastic. Grandma: yes, it is. I shall now explain to you in detail how the Homo sapiens engaged in hunting and gathering. Hunting and food gathering. Tamil, you will be surprised to know that millions of years ago, our ancestors led a nomadic life. They lived in groups in a cave or a mountain range. Each group consisted of 30 to 40 people. They kept on moving in search of food. They hunted pig, deer, bison, rhino, elephant, and bear for food. They also ate the animals killed by other wild animals like tiger. They learned the art of fishing. They collected honey from beehives, plucked fruits from the trees, and dug out tubers from the ground. They also collected grains from the forest. Once the food resources got exhausted in one area, they moved to another place in search of food. They wore hides of animal and barks of tree and leaves for protecting their bodies during winter. So, humans began hunting to satisfy their need for food. Grandma, Tamilini, do you know the weapons that the early humans used for hunting? Tamilini, I have no idea, Grandma. Can you tell me about hunting practices? Stone tools and weapons. Grandma, hunting was the main occupation of humans in the past. It was difficult for humans to kill a big animal with a stick or stone. So they decided to use sharpened weapons. The best stone for making weapons was Chikimuki Kal, flint. It is also known for its strength and durability. Humans spent many hours in search of a flint stone. They made sharp weapons and tools with the help of the stones and fitted them with wood to grip them. Humans created tools like axes with big stones. Tamilini. Why were axes made, Grandma? Grandma. The axes were made to cut trees, remove barks, dig pits, hunt animals, and remove the skin of animals. Grandma. Tamil, do you know what the next stage was after making stone tools? Tamilini. I don't know, Grandma. What would it be? Grandma. Humans discovered the use of fire. At first, humans were afraid of fire and lightning. Probably, fire caused by lightning had killed many wild animals. Humans tasted the flesh of the killed animals, which was soft and tasty. This made humans aware of the effect of fire. They used flintstone to make fire and used it to protect them from predators, for cooking food, and for creating light during night. Thus, fire became important for man in olden times. Tamilini. What next, Grandma? Grandma. You will be surprised to know that the next human invention was the wheel. This was the first scientific invention of humans using their brain and cognitive skills. Invention of the wheel. The invention of wheel by humans is considered to be the foremost inventions. When humans saw the stone rolling down from the mountains, probably they would have got the idea of making the wheel. Pot making. Humans learned to make pot with clay. The invention of wheel made pot making easier, and the pots made were burned to make it stronger. They decorated pots with lot of colors. The color dyes were made from the extracts of roots, leaves, or barks. These natural dyes were used in rock paintings. Grandma, can you identify what is in this picture? Tamilini. Yeah, some blurred tweaks are seen. Someone has drawn. Grandma. No, this is our ancestors' handwork. In fact, it is the first art of humanity. Before the use of language, humans expressed their feelings through actions and also recorded it in rock paintings. Ancient rock paintings. In India, we can see many paintings in rocks and caves. The rock paintings give some information about the past. Approximately, there are 750 caves, in which 500 caves have paintings. There are many more undiscovered caves. The rock paintings depict hunting pictures of the male and the female, dancing pictures, and pictures of children playing. Tamilini. Oh, we are able to gain some knowledge about the past lifestyle through these paintings, isn't it, Grandma? Grandma. You said it rightly, Thamar. These rocks and cave paintings tell us many stories about our ancestors. Tamrini. Okay, Grandma, now tell me how human reached the next stage. Grandma. There were many dangers involved in hunting. Due to large scale hunting in the mountain area and in the forests, many animals became extinct. Non availability of meat forced the humans to look for fruits and vegetables for food. Tamalini. Now they would have thought of producing food for themselves. Isn't it not, Grandma? From nomadic to settled life, the world's earliest farmers. Grandma. Very well said, Tamar. The seed of fruits and the nuts they ate were thrown into the soil. During rains, the soil gave it life. Some days later, the saplings sprouted from the soil. By observation and logic, they learned that a plant grows from a single seed and yields lots of fruits and vegetables. Seeds that fall in the river beds sprout easily. Plants grow faster in water fed areas. Alluvial soil is more suitable for plant growth than any other. With the above knowledge they gained, they realized that with proper sowing and nurturing, they could increase the number of plants more than the ones they grew naturally. Thus, agriculture and farming came into existence. They domesticated the animals and used them in their farming. Breeding of animals now became an important part of their life. Oxen were used for plowing. Oxen made the practice of agriculture easier. Life was becoming organized than it was when they were hunting. It enabled them to settle down in a place. Now, with settlement came the problem of utensils and vessels for cooking and storage. The potter's wheel and fire solved this problem. The invention of plough helped the farming practices. Farming started with clearing of land and burning the leftover shrubs. They plowed the land, sowed seeds in them, and harvested the produce. During the prehistoric period, humans lived in caves and depicted their daily events in drawings. Mostly, pictures of animals were drawn. Once the fertility of the soil decreased, they moved to a new place. Initially, agriculture was done for immediate food requirement. Later, when they found out ways to increase production, they started storing the produce. The food products stored were used during the lean harvest periods. By their experience, they understood that land close to the riverside was suitable for farming, so they decided to stay there permanently. Tamilini, how about domestication of animals, Grandma? Grandma, humans thought of ways to better their skills at hunting. They found out that the dogs could sniff other animals and chase them away. So, humans found them useful for hunting. Thus, dogs became the first animal to be domesticated by humans. Following the dogs, they started domesticating hen, goat, and cow. Tamilini, what next? Grandma, humans stayed on the plains for a long time. During this period, they have not only learned agriculture but slowly developed skills of handicraft. Permanent settlement in a place increased the yield of crops. Now they had grains in excess of what they consumed. The surplus grains were exchanged with other groups for the other things they were in need of. This is called the barter system. Thus, trade and commerce developed and towns and cities emerged. Tamilini. Thank you, Grandma. The information you have shared with me is very useful and I would share it with my friends at school tomorrow. Grandma. Very good. Congratulations, Tamilini. Glossary. Time machine. A mission capable of taking a person backward or forward in time. Evolution. Gradual change leading to a more advanced development. Predator. Animal that hunts and kills other living things for food. Footprints. The impression of the foot of a person or an animal. Hides. Tanned skin of an animal. Million. 10 lakhs. Nomadic. Herdsmen without any fixed home moving about in search of pastures for their cattle. Barter. Exchange of goods without involving money. Prey. An animal that is hunted and killed by another for food. Do you know? The story of human evolution can be scientifically studied with the help of archaeology and anthropology. Infobits. Archaeology is the study of prehistoric humans remained material used by prehistoric humans. Excavated material remains are the main source for archaeological studies. Stages of human evolution. Australopithecus, a mix of human and ape trait, bipedal walk, walking on two legs, between 4 million and 2 million years. Proto human evolved in Eastern Africa, Southern ape. Homo habilis, presence of big toe to hold tightly and less protruding face, tool maker. Between 2.3 and 1.4 million years. Proto human. Homo erectus walked in a straight posture. He had the knowledge of the fire. Approximately 1.8 million years ago. Java man, not fully human, brain smaller than ours. Neanderthal, different from Africans, their tools were crude, hunting skills were also poor. There are evidence of burying the dead. Evidence are seen at Neanderthal in Germany between 1,30,000 and 40,000 years, not fully human. Homo sapiens, modern human being, hunting and gathering society, still used crude stone implements, moved out of Africa and settled in Europe and Asia. 3 lakh years ago, wise man. Cro-Magnon, the present man, beginning of human life, used not only implements made of stone but also of bones. Their weapons included harpoons and spear throwers. 50,000 years ago in Eastern Africa and 40,000 years ago in West Asia and in Southeastern Europe. The modern human. Infobits. Anthropology is the study of humans and evolutionary history. The word anthropology is derived from two Greek words, anthropos meaning man or human, and logos meaning thought or reason. Anthropologists attempt by investing the whole range of human development and behavior to achieve a total description of cultural and social phenomena. Do you know? People and their habitat. Australopithecus, East Africa. Homo habilis, South Africa. Homo erectus, Africa and Asia. Neanderthal, Eurasia, Europe and Asia. Cro-Magnons, France. Peking, China. Homo sapiens, Africa. Heidelberg's, London. Infobits. Cro-Magnons learned to live in caves. Lascaux caves in France is the evidence for cave living of Cro-Magnons. They habited to bury the dead. Hunting method. Number 1. Go as a group and hunt the prey. Number 2. Dig a pit and trap the animals and hunt. Art of flaking. Keeping a stone in the bottom and sharpening it with another stone. To make a stone tool, 2 stones were taken. One was used as a hammer to sharpen, the other for removing flakes. Do you know? Even today in the village of Nilgiri district in Tamil Nadu, people have the habit of making fire without use of matchbox. Prehistoric rock art of Tamil Nadu. Keelvalai, Viluppuram. Usilampatti, Madurai. Kumudipatti, Coimbatore. Mavadaipu, Coimbatore. Porivarai Cave, Karaikayur, Nilgiris.